Have you ever heard of the VA Service Connected Matrix? In today's video, I'm going to share that matrix with you so you can see some incentives that you may be entitled to based on your overall assigned evaluation by the VA. So stick around. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne Kimball, owner and founder of KMD89 VA Claims Consulting, United States Army veteran, and retired VA rating specialist. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the VA Service Connected Matrix, and we can take a look at some incentives veterans can receive. Now, there may be some other incentives out there that veterans are entitled to that's not on this list. I'm only covering what's on the VA's website. So if you're looking at different benefits, maybe at the state level and even federal level or from any other organizations, you definitely want to do your research. What I'm covering is only what the VA has on their website. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So as you can see, this is the VA Service Connected Matrix. Okay, so I think the VA is doing a really good job in updating the information on their website, but we as veterans, we have to go out there and continue to find this information on their website. And they're making it a lot easier as well, okay? So benefit non-compensable, that means you're 0% disability rating, okay? So one of the things that when I have consultations with individuals, they say they're service connected, there's a letter that you can get from the VA that's called a disability breakdown letter to include the diagnostic codes. Okay, so you can contact the VA at 800-827-1000, 800-827-1000. Ask them for that letter, disability breakdown letter, to include the diagnostic codes, okay, and request that they email it to you. And when you get that letter, it has some interesting information on there. Overall, it will tell you your overall percentage, okay? And also you can find this on the VA's website as well, because what you're looking for is the percentage, overall percentage that they have assigned you, okay? So let's just say you have two conditions and they're at 0%. This is what you're entitled to: 10-point veteran preference in federal hiring. Now, you can go and get a letter from the VA's website to turn in to the the hiring manager, to showing your 10-point veteran preference, okay? No cost healthcare and prescription drugs for service-connected disabilities if income limits are met, okay? So you want to definitely reach out to VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration, eligibility, and ask them a little bit more about that information, okay? Travel allowance for scheduled appointments for care at VA medical facility or VA authorized healthcare facility. Commissary and exchange privileges. I think most veterans, if you have a medical ID card from VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration, you could take that to the local installation, go to the visitor center and get a pass and go in. I don't know if you have to do that each time, but when you go to that visitor center and you get an access pass, so you can use a commissary exchange privileges, you definitely want to ask that question. Do you have to keep coming back to the visitor center? I think you do, especially if you don't have the regular DOD ID card, okay? Use of commissary exchanges and moral welfare and recreation, MWR, retail facilities, in person and online, okay? So that's a lot just for being 0% service connected, okay? Now, it says compensable 0% disability rating. Note, in some instances, there are individuals who have separate and more than 0% service-connected disabilities who are paid at the 10% rate under 38 CFR 3.324. Now, I'm not going to get into that regulation, but basically what that states is if you have multiple 0%, they can pay you at the 10% rate, okay? And again, here are some incentives: 10-point veteran preferences, no-cost health care, travel allowance, waiver for VA funding fee for VA home loan, okay? That's some good information. I didn't even know that. Burial and plot allowance. If you have questions about that, you want to contact the VA's cemetery administration. Okay. Commissary and exchange privileges, use of commissary and exchanges, MWR. Okay. So a couple of more than the non-compensable, the 0%. Okay. 10%, no cost health care, travel allowance, waiver, a VA funding fee, 10-point veteran preference, voc rehab, vocational rehabilitation, employment, burial and plot allowance, commissary and exchanges, use of commissary. So you can start to see as the percentages increase some of the different incentives. Okay. Let's go to the 20%. Again, no cost health care, travel allowance, waiver, VA funding fee, 10-point veteran preference, I always say voc rehab. So it's vocational rehabilitation, employment, burial plot, commissary and exchange privileges, use of commissaries. So not a huge difference from the 10%. Okay. I don't think that let's take a look. I don't think that there's any difference at all. Okay. All right. So let's jump to the 30%. No cost health care, travel allowance, waiver of VA funding fee, 10-point veteran preference and federal hiring with direct hire authority. Okay. Voc rehab, additional compensation for eligible dependents. Okay. So what they mean by this is if you're 30% or higher, they will pay you for your dependents, spouse, possible parents, if you're taking care of them, children, if they're under the age of 18, if they're older and they're still in school, they'll pay you. A continuing education is what it's called. They will continue to keep them on your ward and pay you for them. Okay. Burial and plot, commissary, use of commissary and exchanges. Okay. So the big thing with this 30 to 40% is the dependents. Okay. 50%. Let's see what they say. No cost healthcare and prescription medications. Okay. So let's go back up. Because remember at the 30, 40%, it said no cost health care and prescription medications for service-connected disabilities. But when you get to the 50%, no cost care and prescription medications, and it doesn't say only for service-connected conditions. So for anything that you seek treatment for through VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration, they will give you free medication, regardless if it's service-connected or not. Okay. Travel allowance, the travel allowance for scheduled appointments, waiver of VA funding fee for home loan. Okay. 10-point veteran preference, direct hire authority, voc rehab, additional compensation for benefits for eligible dependents, concurrent receipt of military retired pay. So what they mean by this, if you're retired, once you reach that 50% service connected threshold, you get both. Okay. So that's definitely a big one there. Burial and plot allowance, commissary and exchange privileges. Now, 60 to 90%, no cost healthcare and prescription medication, travel allowance, waiver of VA funding fee, the 10-point veteran preference, voc rehab, additional dependents, concurrent receipt of military retired pay. Now, individual unemployability must be employable due to service-connected disabilities. I was talking to a vet last year. He asked me about individual employability. He says, doctor filled out the form. The VA kept denying him. And he didn't understand that it has to be for service-connected disabilities. And they're saying it right here, okay, for IU. Dependents, educational assistance. Now, if you're granted IU, they could turn around and grant you Chapter 35, which falls under dependents, which is dependents educational assistance, also known as permanent total, right? Champ VA. Questions about Champ VA, reach out to VHA. I never worked on the healthcare side, but if you go and call eligibility or call the VA Veterans Healthcare Administration 800 number, they could put you in contact with someone to give you more information about Champ VA. Dental care, okay, if rated unemployable, because if you're rated unemployable on the IU, you get the same incentives as a veteran that is receiving an overall 100% service connected. Okay. Then you have burial and plot allowance, commissary and exchange privileges, use of commissary exchanges and MWR. Okay. Now, coming to the big kahuna. All right. So, what do we have? No cost healthcare prescription medication. Okay. Travel allowance, no cost dental care. You 100%, you don't pay for the dental care. Now, also, and I don't think I saw this under, oh, okay. So, dental care, if rated unemployable. Okay. So, we did cover that under Champ VA. Just want to make sure. Okay. Waiver of VA funding fee, 10-point veteran preference if in federal hiring, voc rehab, additional compensation for eligible dependents may include aid and attendance for eligible spouses. That is called spousal aid and attendance. You can find more about that on the VA's website under their M21 and 38 CFR. Dependent educational assistance must be considered permanent. So a lot of veterans can be 100%, but if they don't have that permanent and total status, then their dependents cannot take advantage of dependents education assistance. Okay. Then you have Champ VA burial plot allowance and uniform services ID card. So once you become 100%, you can go to your local, or if you have a local military installation, and you can get that brown ID card. Okay. So let's see what else they have here. Service connected disability rating at 100% with an additional separate 60% service connected disability rating. So what they're talking about is SMCS, housebound. You can get that one or two ways. The way they're talking about it here, you must have a single disability at 100% and other disabilities totaling 60% or higher. So statutory housebound, you get that extra. I don't know exactly what it is. I would have the dollar amount, but you'll get extra. I want to say it's anywhere between $300 and $450 a month on top of the 100% disability or disabilities that they're paying you for, plus dependents if you have any. Okay. Commissary exchange privileges, use of commissary exchanges in MWR. Okay. So I know that was a lot of information for you, but I just want to share that matrix with you because they're giving you some really good and solid information. So if you're 30, 50, 60, 70%, you can go to this service connected matrix and see what incentives you are entitled to inside and outside of VA. Now, they didn't cover state benefits. They didn't cover maybe some possible other federal incentives. Okay. So still continue to do your research. Okay. So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.